God is strong. He'll do anything big or small. Nothing is impossible for a super wonderful God. Every day I can know God is always there for me and my family. Every day I can know greater is the one who lives inside me. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Our God is strong. He'll do anything big or small. Nothing is impossible for a super wonderful God. Every day I can know God is always there for me and my family. Every day I can know greater is the one who lives inside me. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful
Good evening and welcome to Waypoint Church. I hope that you realize from that wonderful performance. Oh, I did that again, didn't I? Hello? Hello? How about, can I just use this one? I don't know how to work technical things. Now I can't move because I'm taped to the spot. So welcome to Waypoint Church. My name is Carrie Gerald, and my husband Kyle and I have the privilege of leading an awesome team of volunteers who help with our children's ministry. What you just saw was the beginning of our Joyful Noise Choir. Some of our youngest members, our preschoolers, our kindergarten and first graders, some of our kindergarten and first graders, and some of our preschoolers tonight. I'm so excited for what you are about to see because our children have been working very hard and they are very excited backstage waiting to share with you the awesome message that they have been working on for some time. Now, I've got to tell you something. There are surprises planned for tonight. Well, some of them are planned. And some of them will be spontaneous, but I guarantee you they will be entertaining. So get ready. I am very, very privileged to lead a team of volunteers, but Kyle and I in no way run this children's ministry by ourselves. There are many, many people who give of their time and their talents to serve at our church and to help these children to have a wonderful experience here at Waypoint Church. So I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. I know it's dark, so I'm not going to have you stand up because nobody would be able to see you, but thank you very much for all that you give to the children's ministry here. And so I know you're not here to see me, so without further ado, I just want to say welcome and please enjoy the Sinister effect.
ladies and gentlemen,
and welcome to the telling our story, The Sinister Effect.
we'd like to invite you to settle in, get comfortable,
But not too comfortable.
and enjoy our story.
But first, there are a few things you need to know.
Number 1, our story takes place on the parallel planet of Utopia.
What's a parallel planet?
It's a planet in another solar system that's a lot like Earth.
Oh,
Number 2, our story focuses on the events unfolding in the city of Utopia Town.
wait. Our planet is called Utopia, and our town is called Utopia Town.
Yes, apparently our scriptwriter burned up all of his creative brain cells coming up with cool names for the cast.
You mean like narrator 1 and narrator 2?
Look, just don't get me started. Anyway, the last thing you need to know is that our story is about...
No, don't do it!
superheroes.
Ah, now you've done it.
Look, here they come.
Right, we've been flooded with over 85 superhero stories since the year 2000.
That's about 5.5 superhumans every year.
And trust us, some of them are only a half of a movie.
We heard the stories and the backstories of how they came to be, how they set some people free. So all been done before. Oh yes, such a book. Overdone, overused, overlooked, and so abused.
But that's not the kind of story we're here to tell you tonight.
No, we look the world over
And beyond.
to find out one remaining tale you haven't heard. The bad, pretty,
Yes, the bad are bad, but the good are still good.
and all learn a thing or two by some strange twist of fate.
It's impossible, so not possible to tell the story. A superhero story. It's all been done before. Oh yes, such a book. Overdone, overused, overlooked, and so abused. It's impossible, maybe possible to tell the story. A superhero story. It's all been done before. One you might adore. Something fresh, something new, something great that's just for you. It's impossible, no, not possible to tell the story. A superhero story. It's all been done before. One inside the door, overdone, overused, something great that's so unused, something fresh, something new, something fresh that's something new, something great that's just for you, something fresh that's something new, something great that's just for you.
What do you mean you don't know it? I thought you guys were keeping an eye on everyone. I think someone's the ones that YouTube mentioned the conspiracy theories. Oh, right, like they're not. They come true. I really don't think we should turn such questions deep. Now, 1 minute, 13 seconds. to the where the guy's base is. Where is it? On the corner of Mulberry and Walnut. You got any units close? No, our nearest unit's at 5 minutes away. They better make it there too, or all done for. Give me that phone.
Freeze! No, not you guys. You guys got super important stuff to do. She meant them.
Now, I know what you're thinking.
Whoa. What's going on here? What's with all the craziness?
Who are these people?
Who's that guy on the screen?
Who are these people talking to us?
Does the military force really take high-definition photos of the Tri-County area?
And most importantly, are there going to be any snacks at intermission?
Well, we can answer 3 of those questions now.
Number 1, we're the narrators. Ordinary people just like you, living on a parallel planet who just happen to have an inside track on this story.
Number 2, yes, there will be snacks at intermission.
Number 3, the jury's still out on the whole high-def photos of the Tri-County area thing. But it's probably true. Google does it, so why should we think that the military doesn't?
To answer the rest of your question and to really know what's going on in this scene, we have to go back about a week.
That's when we first noticed things weren't quite right.
Yeah, one by one, our supers started fainting unexplainably.
What? You don't have supers where you live?
Well, here's what happened.
Good afternoon, class. We're a few of our friendly local superheroes, helping our boys in blue keep you safe and stopping bad guys.
I'm the Blur, or just Blur for short. This gentle but incredibly strong gentlewoman is Brute. And the hero behind you is the Bat.
Hello to Mr. Hero. I know that you don't know me. The sanding nails so big and strong. You probably never get it on. Hello there, Mrs. Hero. I know that you don't know me. I'm just a kid with hopes and dreams, hoping that I can one day be some kind of superhero.
Hey, can you fly? Jump up way high. Do that high thing. Turn big and green. Lift as you shrink. Just with your brain. Hey, can you sing through an oak tree? Walk through this wall. Make yourself small. Sign your name here. Cause while we cheer. Look at Mr. Hero. I know that you don't know me. You're standing there so big and strong. You probably never get it wrong. Hello to Mrs. Hero. I know that you don't know me. I'm just a kid with hopes and dreams, hoping that I can one day be some kind of superhero. Hey, can you fly? Jump up way high. Do that high thing. Turn big and green. Lift a huge train. Just with your brain. Hey, can you see through an oak tree? Walk through this wall. Make yourself small. Sign your name here. All while we cheer. Hello, Mr. Hero. I know that you don't know me, but do you know I'm watching you? Hoping that I can one day too be like you, Mr. Hero.
Yes, do you have a question?
Hasn't the bat already been used by Batman? No. They have a little something in common, but they're not the same.
But isn't Batman sometimes referred to as the Bat?
It's not the same. Besides, that's not his legal name. Officially, he's Batman. And since we have some similar abilities, doesn't it make sense that we'd have similar names? Like Spider-Man and Spider-Woman, or Superman and Supergirl, or Hulk and She-Hulk?
I still say it's the same.
It's not the same.
Anyways, you guys have been studying the Hero Handbook for quite some time now. What's some of the basic truths you learned from this book?
That the sun is incredibly important to our supers in our world.
Yes? And why is that?
There's no life or light without the sun.
Excellent. And why is that important to superheroes?
Because ultimately, the sun is the source of every superhero's power.
Great. Now finish the sentence together. All you need to know about being a super is...
In the Super Handbook!
Right, now what are a few of the superpowers you've heard about? Super strength? Yeah, my favorite.
Super speed?
And that's my favorite.
Invisibility.
Yep.
Force fields.
Oh yeah.
What about gliding?
Good question. Actually, it's really debatable whether gliding can be considered a superpower or not.
Yeah, anyone with a hang glider can glide. Or someone with one of those wingsuits.
Oh, yeah? Well, what if someone makes a wingsuit out of special material that they developed and designed, and then uses that suit to glide with pinpoint precision?
Sounds like that person might have the superpower of sewing.
Well, what about gadgets?
That's not a superpower either. Not unless everyone with a smartphone is a superhero.
Okay, that argument isn't really valid. I mean, come on, come on, grab it.
Yeah, it's for anger.
Is this not cool?
Yeah, that could hurt someone. That's
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. We're not really here to discuss the use of super gadgets. What you're really here is to see some of those superpowers at work. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the use of super speed. Maestro, little music to work by, please. You may notice things are a little different now. Some of you switched papers with the person next to you, and others of you made quick gestures while the music was playing. And that's just a small sample of what can be done with super speed. Now, Brute here is going to demonstrate the use of super strength.
That's strange. It seems a lot heavier than when I brought it in this morning.
What was that?
Brute, quit messing around. Dude, what's up? I've seen you lift things like 10 times that heavy.
I don't know. Something was different that time. Oh well, at least you don't succeed. Whoa!
Brute!
Medic! We need a medic in here! Wow, that was quick.
We're just on our way to the nurse's office. And we just happened to be returning the stretcher.
We're just glad you're here. You need to get this woman to the super's hospital right now. They'll know what to do.
Don't worry, we'll take care of her. Yeah, we wouldn't want anything else to happen to her today.
Testing. Testing. What happened to Miss Brute? Is she really okay? Why did she fall down like that? Why couldn't you pick up that big rock? Is she gonna die?
I don't know, kids, but I'm sure she's going to be just fine.
Where did her power go? She was strong and she was kind. She was big and she was nice. Where
We're gonna do our best to find out, kids. For right now, we just don't know.
Where did her power go? She was strong and she was kind. She was big and she was nice. Where did her power go?
All right, kids, she's on her way to the hospital. They're going to take good care of her.
Did she get to ride in an ambulance?
I'm sure she just needs a day or two of rest.
But Miss Hilo, we still want to know.
Where did her power go? She is strong and she is kind. She is big and she is nice. Where did her power go?
Don't you kids worry. Miss Brute's gonna be just fine. We're gonna go back to our control center, and we're gonna try to figure out what's going on here. Then we'll come back with an answer to our question.
Where did her power go? Where did her power
I'm telling you, Doc, it was like nothing I've ever seen before. I've never seen Brute weak or wobbly. Ever!
Interesting. Did you notice anything unusual while you were there with the class?
Well, there was this sound I picked up with my super hearing.
There was?
Yeah, I heard it twice. Both times as Brute went to pick up the rock. You didn't hear that?
No.
That is interesting. Blur, I want you to run back and question each of the kids who were in that class. See if they noticed anything unusual.
You got it, Doc.
I really wish Blur would stop doing that.
Volt, I'd like you to go and monitor the power grid for any unusual spikes or drops in power in the area.
Got it.
And Bat, keep your ears open for any more of these.
Doc? Oh boy, here we go again.
Medic!
Man, you guys are quick.
We were just on our way. We just came back from the Supers Hospital.
We were on the way to the health and fitness class and we heard someone calling.
Don't worry, Volt. You'll be fine.
What's going on here, Doc?
I don't know. You heard the sound again?
Yeah, just like last time.
Let's get on the supercomputer and see if we can track down any more information on this anomaly.
We gotta do something quick. I mean, supers are starting to drop like average citizens around here. I mean, who's next? You? Me? The Blur?
Let's just focus right now on finding out what's causing this.
Or who?
Exactly.
Well, hello, Miss Blur. Class. Hello, Miss Blur.
Hello, everyone.
We didn't expect to see you back here again so soon. Is Miss Blue okay? She didn't break anything, did she?
No. Brute is resting comfortably at the hospital. She should be up and around in no time at all.
Your next scheduled visit is for another 3 days. Is there something we can help you with?
As a matter of fact, there is. We are just investigating what happened to Brute yesterday.
I thought she fainted.
Well, yes, that's true, but we're hoping to find out why. Did any of you notice anything unusual yesterday?
I don't know that it was unusual, but we did hear that sound when Miss Blue was trying to pick up the rock.
And what sound was that?
The kids described it as a very high-pitched sound, almost like a dog whistle. They've been noticing it for about a week.
But you haven't heard it.
No.
Interesting. Can you tell me anything else about the sound?
Well, we've been hearing it about once a week, but it's been more and more often. We just heard it right before you came.
Excuse me a moment. Hello? Hey Doc, what's up? What? You gotta be kidding me. Oh man. I'm here with the kids now. They just told me they heard the same sound Bat was describing yesterday, and they just heard it again a few seconds ago. I agree. There must be some connection between the sound and what happened to Brute and Volt. Okay. Yep. Okay, I'll be back. I'll wrap up here and be back in about 2 minutes. Bye.
What's going on?
Apparently our friend Volt just fainted like Brute did. The timing of the sound and the fainting is just a little too coincidental. I'm gonna go back downstairs to compare notes with Dr. K. Thanks for all your help, guys.
You're welcome, Miss Blur.
Something is wrong here in our town. Heroes are falling as they're falling down, down. We've never seen this kind of thing. This can't go on. I don't know what's wrong, wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong in Utopia town. Our heroes down. Yes, our heroes down. Something's wrong in Utopia town. Stay with Groove. Now we'll sound too. We are concerned. What are we going to do? They've always been right by our side. Now something's happened that has changed the tide. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong in Utopia town. Our heroes down. Yes, our heroes down. Something's wrong in Utopia town.
I'm just a kid here at my school. Not what you'd call a kid who's super cool. If they can't help, who'll save the day? Who'll be the one who stands up big and brave?
Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong in Utopia town. Our heroes down. Yes, our heroes down. Something's wrong in Utopia town. Let's start us.
Wow, that Blur sure is fast.
Either that or she messed the art of time here super sprint. At those exact moments, the rest of us are experiencing those annoying super slow time work.
Wow, that Blur sure is fast. But what you really need to know in the 2 minutes and 17 seconds before the world's military forces are neutralized is what was going on at that moment in the lair of the Sinister, Sir Sinister.
Did you say there was 2 minutes and 17 seconds left?
2 minutes and 3 seconds now.
And we started with a 5-minute countdown. We've been here way longer than 5 minutes. I'm telling you, you really need to reconsider those super slow tiny wolf things.
Well, report.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir Sinister, sir. Sir?
I told you that only works if you use 4 sirs. You used 5.
Yes, sir.
Now get on with it.
The super formerly known as Bull has been neutralized and taken to the super's hospital.
Excellent. And did anyone suspect your involvement?
No, sir. The cover you created for us is absolutely perfect. No one notices a medic when they're focused on a friend who's fainted. And these outfits are the bomb.
Okay, note to self. Update Minion's celebration software and vocabulary.
I'm not exactly sure what that means, boss, but I'd like to congratulate you on your victory over the supers. And could you explain to me how you're taking them out again? Just one more time.
Right. Because you've only been with me for what now? A year? Recently, I discovered that even supers, with all their amazingly annoying superpowers, have a common weakness. An off switch, if you will. And that off switch is sound. But not just any sound. No. Each super's brain seems to have a common weakness triggered by a single high-pitched frequency that is unique to that particular super. These frequencies are undetectable by most humans.
Wait, so when you mean frequencies, don't you mean sounds?
Exactly.
Well, what about people like Superman with his super hearing?
Ironically, I have Superman to thank for this fortuitous turn in my villainous career. As you know, Superman's only real weakness is his kryptonite. Well, one day, when I was examining the properties of kryptonite from a sample I had borrowed, I discovered that it was actually emitting a steady audio frequency. I theorized that it was this frequency, rather than any other property of the material, that was draining Superman of his power. And to make a long story short...
Too late!
And to make a long story short, I proceeded to create a device that would project specific ultrasonic frequencies targeted at specific superheroes, while at the same time piggybacking on the power of increased electromagnetic radiation coming from our sun during its peak sunspot cycle, and thereby casting my villainous nets further, while at the same time masking my dastardly deeds with the sun's natural activities. I call it the Sinister effect. Once I have eliminated those despicable do-gooders, I, Sir Sinister, will then be able to immobilize the military and police forces of the world, using a slightly lower frequency, of course, and then take over the world!
Boss? Sir?
What?
You're a genius!
I know. And I feel a diabolical dance of delinquency coming on. Join me.
Bully, meanie, bully, meanie.
Just
you are just that mean.
This is my time. I am just a villain. And this is my time. And this is my time. And this is my time. Yeah.
Can't believe Boot and Volt are in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bat would have been the first one taken out.
Nick, be nice.
What? He's got to be the oldest one. No, I think Doc K is a little older.
That doesn't matter. Mia's right. The hero handbook says that age doesn't matter. One can do amazing things at any age when they get the power from the sun.
Like what kind of amazing things?
Look, it has a whole list of special things.
Ooh, look at that one.
So it appears as though an entire class of extremely ordinary has the same super hearing power that you do.
Yeah, that's weird. How do you explain that, Doc? How could a whole class full of ordinary kids have the same superpower?
The chances of that are extremely improbable. It is more likely that the kids were just using their ordinary sense of hearing.
Come on, Doc. Don't you start on me, too. The other guys are always razzing me about how my powers aren't real superpowers.
I am just saying that perhaps the kids picked up on the sound because a child's senses for high-pitched frequencies is far better than the average adult's.
Come on, Doc. We both know.
Hold it!
Okay.
Look at the screen. I programmed the supercomputer to look for any unusual events coinciding with the mysterious sound and the disappearing and the fainting of the super hears. And look what it turned up.
Solar flares?
Precisely. Each super's faint appeared at the exact same time the sound was heard, and exactly 8.3 minutes after the last solar flare.
So you're thinking that the supers are being taken out by these unusual solar audio flares?
Something like that. But I'm afraid there's something much more alarming at the moment. If my calculations are correct, the energy from the next solar flare will be reaching Utopia at any moment. Blur, run back and see if the kids notice anything unusual with this flare.
You got it. Bat, go outside and see if you can pinpoint the sound as it's coming.
Doc. No, Doc. Come on, stick with me, Doc. We're gonna beat this thing.
Have to go find the source of the sound.
No, Doc. Doc, come on, snap out of it. Medic!
Oh no, not Doc too. Oh man, this is getting really intense. Have you ever had a favorite superhero? And I know I have, growing up as a kid, and I'm going to come back to that a little bit later. Oh, by the way, my name's Kyle Gerald. Hi, nice to see you. I was just so caught up in the moment there and what's going on with Doc. But anyway, seriously, the whole superhero thing. Most of us have had a favorite superhero. Well, tonight, we are, first of all, so thankful that you could be with us here tonight and enjoy this evening together with the Joyful Noise Choir. Aren't they doing a great job? Isn't that so cool? And we also all get the opportunity tonight to share in this super story to kind of be superheroes ourselves tonight. And here's how we're going to do this. This is our first season being at this new site, doing our whole musical thing. So we're doing a few things a little differently. For example, in just a couple moments, we're gonna take an intermission break. And as the narrator said, yes, there are actually snacks. And we're gonna go out those doors, and you'll see a couple different ways that you can get snacks at intermission. And here's why we decided to do that this year. We decided, we're gonna do this a little bit more than just pure entertainment. And so what we'd like to do is we'd like to offer those snacks for you for whatever donation you might want to give. It could be 5 cents if that's all you got in your pocket. We really don't care. But that money is going to go to something special. We're going to be helping the victims of the earthquake in Nepal. And so that's what we're raising money for tonight. And last night we did the same thing and raised over $350, from donations last night. So we're really excited about that. So, I'm not saying anything, but there's a benchmark for you guys, okay, tonight. So just saying. But I just want to say, personal story. We know where this money's going to go, and because our church has connections, with it over in Nepal. And as a matter of fact, I had the opportunity of being over there like 2 years ago, and I got to stay with a pastor from our church and his family, a pastor who actually lives there in Nepal and works there, all the time with his family. And we got the word from him and his wife that they're okay, but they're like on the front lines seeing the devastation and stuff. And so we know that our church is going to work through the proper channels to get the money where it needs to go, and it's not just going to go to the wind somewhere or go in some politician's pocket or something. Okay, it's going to go where it needs to go. And so we're excited to be a part of this effort, and we just want to encourage you to join us in that as well. So about 2 more minutes, and we're going to do that. But first, when you came in, hopefully you were offered the opportunity. I'm going to stay down here in the spotlight. Hopefully you were offered the opportunity to take a ticket or take a ticket stub if you didn't have one with you. Or if you had one with you, great. Then, okay, raise your hands really quick. We want to give everybody a chance because we're going to do a quick little drawing. If you didn't have a ticket or you didn't get a ticket stub, raise your hand, and we'll get one to you right now. Okay? Got any? Yeah. I see some of these kids back here. No, you already had one. Yes, okay. And what we're going to do while we're getting those last few ticket stubs in people's hands, make sure you get those out so you can see and get it where you can see your number. We're going to do a special drawing here. We've got a gift card that we want to give away to Culver's, to a gift card to Culver's for you tonight, okay? All right. Okay, ready? I'll hold the bucket. You draw. Okay, here we go. Drum roll, please.
Okay, if your ticket... Shh. Be quiet, Jim. Okay, if your ticket begins with a 1 and another 1 and then a 2... I love this part. How many of you are still with me? Ooh, we've narrowed it down. 1, 1, 2, 7. Anyone? 1, 1, 2, 7?
Must be present to win. Draw it.
I already know your number. I'm not calling it. Okay. Starts with a 1 again. Then a 0. Ooh, they're really excited. Then a 6. 1, 0, 6, 5. Anyone? Fiona! Woo-hoo-hoo! Here we go. Enjoy Culver's.
I know that won't be enough.
So, at exactly 11:37 a.m. today, you all noticed the sound you've been hearing lately?
Yep. Hey, is there something we can do to help you guys?
Yeah, like run a surveillance or taking out a bad guy.
Yeah, because I've been watching some ninja movies and I got some moves.
Well, I don't think there's anything right at the moment, but if something comes up...
Citizens of Utopia. Really? What was the sound check for? Forget it. Let's just do this. Citizens of Utopia, in case you hadn't noticed, the world's supers have been dropping like flies. Now, I know that some of you have been developing your own little theories on what's been happening to those precious superheroes. Well, I am here to put those theories to rest. They are tripping, falling, fainting, passing out, and, in short, losing their superpowers. And it's all a result of the Sinister effect. I know this to be true because I am. Yeah, that was your cue. You totally missed it. No, it's this button here. You guys said you could do this. I'm just going to have to find some other minions. This is your last shot. Here we go. I know this to be true because I am Sir Sinister. I have developed a weapon that can be used to neutralize anyone with superpowers. And I've been systematically doing so. There are only a few supers left. And when they are out of the way, I will neutralize the military forces of the world, and then I will rule the world! Have a nice day.
There! Something came up. Now can we help?
Yeah, let me take that guy. I can totally take that guy.
Hey, what about me?
You can take that onion guy he mentioned.
I think you mean minion. And no, I don't think any of you should plan on taking any of them. But if what the Sir Sinister says is true, we don't have much time, and I may need your help. Emma, take this signaling device. If you hear the sound again, press this button on the top. That gave me an earpiece tuned to that signal, so if you hear the sound, I can be back here pretty fast. I have to go back to the hub, but I'll be back soon.
Why does she always leave like that?
Why does that guy have a problem with superheroes?
Why did she give you the cool signal gadget? Why do we ask so many questions? But still, what makes you so special? No one said I'm special, and I'm definitely not a superhero.
Girl with flashy smile and perfect curls. I can't make around the world at blazing speeds with cape unfurled. I am a little child with no powers great or wild. I'm not some super boy with arms of steel and flashing toys. I can't make a thunder noise or lift a bridge with perfect poise. I am a little child with no powers, great or wild. 2, 3, 4. I woke up this morning when I fell out of my bed. Turned on the TV, now that song's stuck in my head. La, 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 la. Went down to breakfast and my oatmeal was cold. Yeah. Down on my wardrobe, 'cause my look is just so old. I'm not some supergirl with flashy smile and perfect curls. I can't fly The machine lace I was running for the bus. Dropped all my homework in a puddle full with mud. Went down for lunch, now there's mustard on my chest. Broke my pencils in the middle of my test.
Oh man, I got some Superboy with arms that ceiling, flashing toys. I can't make a thunder noise or lift a bridge with perfect poise. I am a little child, no powers made alive. I got some Supergirl with flashy smile and perfect curls. I'm not some Superboy with arms of steel and flashing toys. For I am a little child with no powers made alive.
It may be true that you were a little child with no powers, great or wild, but remember what the Hero Handbook says about our sun's life-giving power.
In our sun, there's light.
In our sun, there's life.
Our sun is the light of our world.
If you are connected to the sun, you'll be strong.
Apart from the sun, you can do nothing.
Right, and oftentimes those who are the smallest and the youngest understand that need the best. I think that's why the Blur gave Emma the signaling device.
Oh, this is just perfect. That blundering Blur has made our final catch almost too easy. By giving the kids at that poor school that signaling device, she has finally given me the means to pinpoint her frequency and neutralize her powers. Her speed was making it very difficult for me to find the proper frequency. But now, she has basically handed it to me.
But Sir Sinister,
What?
you said she was our last catch.
Yes, and?
What about Bat?
Yes. What about the bat? Well, here's a little secret for you. The bat is not truly a super.
Boom! Told you. But why not?
Well, here's another dirty little superhero secret for you. The sun is the only true superpower. Only those who connect to the sun become super. Many more try to become super by the means of their own power, intellect, or money. The bat is one of those trying to be super by his own power.
Then why do the supers keep him around?
Those despicable supers would like anyone to be super. As long as the bat is stuck trying to be super by his own power, he is no threat to us.
Oh, 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 1, 2, go, oh, oh. 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 to go, oh, oh.
What do we know? We know where our power comes from. It comes from our bright, bright sun. Not from anything we've done. What do we know?
Oh, 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 want to go, oh, oh. Oh, 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 want to go, oh, oh. Oh, 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 want to go, oh, oh. Oh, 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 want to go, oh, oh.
One thing we know. One thing we know.
I don't get it. Why is this happening? What's happening to all the supers?
Well, do you remember what we were talking about the other day? You know, about the importance of the sun?
You mean how it brings light and life and is the source of each super's power?
Exactly. Well, the truth is, everyone has at least one weakness. Even supers. And for supers, if something triggers that weakness, it can cut them off from the sun. And that will make them
Powerless! Wait! I thought supers were like perfect.
Don't we all wish? But I can assure you, supers are not perfect.
It's true. We're not perfect. We've just learned from the Hero's Handbook how to tap into the sun's power.
You said we might be able to help you.
Right, so here's the deal. Each time a super's fainted, it's been at the exact same time as someone's heard that sound, and at the same time as the energy from the last solar flares hit Utopia.
We're guessing they've got to be connected somehow.
And according to Doc's calculations, the next solar flare should be hitting any moment now.
Are you scared?
Scared?
Yeah, what you're saying is true. One of you could be next. Or both of you.
We don't have time to be scared, and we're pretty sure it won't be both of us.
What makes you say that?
Well, the pattern we've seen so far, it's almost as if someone is focusing on one super at a time. That's why we need your help. That's why we brought you outside. We need you guys to form a giant circle. And then, when the sound starts, point in the direction that you think the sound is coming from.
We're hoping that this will point us in the direction of whoever is responsible for this.
It's starting.
Okay, kids, close your eyes and... Oh, I feel terrible.
Close your eyes and point, kids. Professor, help me get her to the bat van.
You mean that black minivan annoyingly parked in the wheelchair access only spot?
No, I mean the bat van.
Yes, the black minivan with the large bat logo on the back window, annoyingly parked in the wheelchair access only.
Oh, okay, that's the one. What? I'm used to bringing Doc and parking in that spot. You gotta get her to the hospital. I'll work on taking care of things here.
You see where they're pointing, don't you?
Yeah, that building across the street.
What are we doing out here? We're just about to the best part.
We're helping to move the story along so people don't get confused.
Oh, right. Well, let's hurry up. I want to see what happens next.
Okay, well, we are almost back to where we started this evening.
Almost, but not quite.
Right, in fact, you're just about to meet those military guys you saw at the very beginning.
Ooh, can I get their autographs?
Not you, them. They're going to meet the military guys.
Oh. Can I get their autographs after the show?
Yes, Captain. This is General Husett from the Special Forces.
Yes. Welcome, General. We've been expecting you.
Thank you, Chief, but I'm afraid we're going to have to dispense with the pleasantries. We've got a madman to catch.
Right. Our command central and personal rapture service. Let us know how we can help.
Great. Here's what we know. 1 week ago, supers started fainting all over the planet. At first, it was just those in the most remote places, but then moved to the more populated areas with higher concentrations of supers. Wait. One by one, every other super on the planet has been neutralized. And now, for all you can understand, the attack is due to Utopia Town, where there is the highest concentration of supers.
Right. We've been getting reports from our local supers since the attack started here. The only UT super left that we're aware of is the bat.
That's what I was afraid of. He never officially...
citizens of Utopia. By now, you may have noticed that I have systematically eliminated all of your superheroes.
Ouch.
And with your pathetic supers out of my way, I will now turn my attention to disabling all of your military forces so that I can rule the world! Don't worry, this will be pretty quick. In fact, in honor of this momentous occasion, I am going to let you watch as I make my final preparations. Set the timer for 10 minutes. That is how long you have to enjoy your freedom. And then, I will enjoy my freedom to rule you all! Here we go.
That guy ignores me. I don't get it. I work just as hard as, if not harder, than all the other supers. I've got great ideas. I've got cool gadgets. Why does everyone refuse to see me as a true super?
Well, you look super, and you sound super.
Thanks, girls.
But isn't being a super what's more about what's on the inside than what's on the outside?
What do you mean?
Well...
When we look at you, you seem powerful, but we can only see outside. But there is more to you that's down deep within. It's the weakness we all try to hide. For as the sun that shines on the flowers changes them from bud to bloom, so the sun will give us power if our hearts will give him room. It doesn't matter how big or strong you are, or how great the things that you've made. If you haven't let the sun in your heart, then your life is still needing changed. For as the sun that shines on the flowers changes them from bud to bloom, so the sun will give us power if our hearts will give him Read the book and you will see it's true. A hero's power comes from the sun, and you won't have to pretend anymore. You can face each new day as it comes. For as the sun that shines on the flowers changes them from bud to bloom, so the sun will give us power if our hearts will give him room. As the sun that shines on the flowers changes them from bud to bloom, so the sun will give us power if our hearts will give him room.
So let me see if I've got this right. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside?
Nope. The Hero Handbook says that a super gets his power from the sun. It changes him from the inside out and enables him to make the most of his gifts.
The Hero Handbook says all that?
Yep, we learned that last year. Didn't you learn the Hero Handbook when you were in school?
To be honest, I didn't do that well in school. I was more focused on trying to stop the bad guys on my own.
Ouch again.
Ooh, that reminds me of the lesson we were working on last week. You mean the one that supers work best when they work together? That's the one.
There's something else I've never really been good at.
Me either.
Well, I guess now's a super time for us all to start. We need a plan. What else does the Hero Handbook say?
And that was the moment that Bara started becoming a true super.
Actually, that was the moment they all started becoming true supers.
They just followed the Hero Handbook.
Looked to the sun's power, and before they knew it,
That's it. We've got a plan.
Let's go, save the city. Let's go, save the whole world. We know, we're not on our own. We know, we're never alone.
Our friends are down, the villain's near. His plans are very wrong. Let's stand up now, let's face our fears. We haven't very long.
Let's go, save the city. Let's go, save the whole world. We know, we're not on our own. We know, we're never alone.
The sun was here before we were. It'll be here when we're gone. Its presence keeps reminding us that through the sun we're strong.
Let's go, save the city. Let's go, save the whole world. What do you mean you don't know our youth? I thought you guys were keeping an eye on everyone. I think so. So much dispute too many gotta make conspiracy. Oh, right, but they're not based on truth. I really don't think this is Hello? Chief, I got a call here. It says he's particular where the guy's base is. Where is it? At the corner of Mulberry Mall. You got any units close? No, and here's units at 5. They better be there too or all gonna go. Give me that phone.
freeze! No, not you guys. You guys got super important stuff to do. Wait a minute. This is all sounding very familiar.
You mean like deja-dus?
I was gonna say deja vu, but yeah, that.
That's because this is where we came in.
Oh, that's why it seems so familiar. Are we stuck in one of those revolving door wormholes?
What?
Yeah, we just get stuck in the same cycle, doing the same things over and over and over again.
Well, did you say that the first time?
No, I don't think so.
Great, moving on. What you need to know was at that moment, Mia was on the other end of the phone talking to the chief.
Right, and the rest of them were trying to put their plan to action.
He used his amazing sewing skills to quickly put together a super suit just like Volt's.
The rest of them were trying... The plan! We forgot the plan!
Oh, right. Well, when they realized that Sir Sinister owned the building across the street from the school, and that the Sinister Effect transmitter was on top of that building,
They knew that someone would have to bring it down, but since the building was guarded by those silly onions...
minions.
Right. They knew that someone would have to lure them away.
That was the natural choice. So with the help of his new teammates, he made a suit to look like Volt's, so they would think she had escaped their clutches and chase him.
Meanwhile, the rest of the team were working on a way to bring down the tower.
Are we sure this is gonna work? One short thing in this life, and this isn't it, but it's still a pretty good plan. I don't see why we just bust the guy's door down and rush him. Because we don't know what's in there. We don't know how to disarm the device, even if we can overpower him. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, the arrow's connected to the cable. The cable's connected to the string. The string should be strong enough to pull the whole tower down.
I'll shoot. You run, grab the arrow, come back. We'll wrap up that tower with the cable and pull it down. Here goes. How's it coming? Nick should be back any second with the cable. How'd it go with you guys?
Those minions thought that Volt had escaped their clutches and chased him 6 blocks down the street.
Nick, better hurry. We only have a minute left till the Sinister fires out that device again.
What's going on here, guys?
Stop in the bad guy, Professor.
Great, how can I help? Grab this cable and pull. Wait, I got it. Ew! Let's try it. Cable and pull.
I could do that, or I could hook it up to the back of the bat van and let it pull for us.
Great idea!
All right, here goes.
Not yet. Go.
Still enough. Grab the cable.
It's still not enough.
Bat, while I was gone, I took the liberty of installing a few super solar panels on your Batman to give you extra power.
That's it. We need the sun's power to help it work. How does it work?
Just hit that big yellow button that looks like a smiley face.
Ah, got it. Here goes. Now let's go stop Sir Sinister!
I was sure I saw that Volt guy run back this way. Hey, isn't this the boss's transmitter tower? He won't be able to neutralize the military without it. Are those sirens I'm hearing? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
And there you have it. This non-super and a bunch of ordinary kids use what they learned from the Hero's Handbook to stop Sir Sinister in his tracks. And here he is now. Feel free to take him and put him where all the villains go.
Oh, we will. But first I have to take off that mask and face a jury.
You fools! I'll just break these cuffs with my powers and... Why can't I break these cuffs?
We shot him with a tranq dart when we first went in. Then we gave him a little earpiece like he gave the Blur. So he faked the loss of his powers the first time. But this time, it's for real.
But Doc, why?
Why? Why? Well, why does anyone do anything? I wanted more. I never just wanted to lead a small band of heroes and preside over a school of ordinary kids. I always wanted to rule the world. For 20 years, I've been planning this, working, studying, pretending to be this despicable do-gooder.
And all your plans were foiled by a bunch of ordinary kids, one professor, and one non-super. Must be tough. He's all yours. Go on, take him. They were quick.
Mr. Bat, sir, we found a secret passageway connecting Source Sinisters there at the Hero Hub under the school.
I guess that figures.
Yeah, and guess what else we found in there? Story tonight.
And we hope you learned something.
Yeah, like Bat wasn't really a superhero. I did not see that coming.
Actually, that's not what I was talking about.
It wasn't?
No.
So what were you talking about?
Hold that thought. The chorus is coming around again.
Is it possible, maybe possible to tell the story, a superhero story? It's not been done before. One you might adore. Something fresh, something new, something great that's just for you.
So what did the kids at Utopia learn?
Even heroes fall sometimes?
Good. What else?
People can do amazing things at any age if they're getting their power from inside.
Good.
I'm not sure I get that one.
There's more than one way to tell sun.
Is it possible, maybe possible to tell the story, a superhero story? It's not been done before. One you might adore. Something fresh, something new, something great that's just for you. Is it possible, so not possible to tell the story, a superhero story? It's not been done before. One you might adore. Something fresh, something new, something great that's just for you. Something new, something fresh that's just for you. Something great that's just for you. Something fresh that's just for you. Something great that's just for you.
Oh, yes, I got the roving mic now. Okay. Wow. Thank you, guys. That was awesome. That was so fun to watch. We so appreciate that. And as I was sitting back there, I was thinking, I've got script in hand in case I need it, and I'll unfold it just in case. But there were a couple things that I just wanted to share from my heart with you about the story. When I was thinking through this and was presented with the challenge of writing a superhero story and stuff, one of the things that I kept coming back to was superheroes always save the day. It's always, the superheroes that swoop in and save everybody, and they go off, riding into the sunset and the glory and everything. And I thought, no, that's not what I want this story to be like. I want this story to be the one where, guess what, the kids get to save the day. Because kids are awesome, and it's such a privilege to work with them and to mingle with them and stuff. And if you don't know very many kids in your life, you need to. You just need to get to know some more kids. But one of the things that we wanted to help them understand and to realize is that you can do amazing things at any age, whether you're 6 or 60. You can do amazing things at any age when you're plugged into the power of the sun. And on the planet Utopia, that power came from their physical sun that was hanging up in the sky. But on our planet, the parallel planet of Earth here, that power that we're talking about, that sun that we're talking about is spelled a little differently. It's spelled S-O-N, and it is God's Son, Jesus Christ. And that's where we get our power. And that's where we just want to let you know that our power comes from. And if we're not plugged into that sun, then we're not going to be all that we could be. The kids said a few things, and I will refer to my notes on this part. Okay, they said a few things that were truths on their planet that were actually taken from truths on our planet. They said these comments: the sun is the source of our light, our life, and our strength. Apart from the sun, we can do nothing. And those were basically quotes taken right out of our hero handbook, the Bible, where, of course, the sun, S-U-N, was replaced with S-O-N. So I hope that in this whole thing, you kind of caught that theme, you kind of caught that story. I hope you also maybe picked out a favorite superhero. As I mentioned to you, I told you intermission to be thinking about that. I know when I was a kid growing up, if you had asked me who my favorite super was, I'm pretty sure I would have said Superman. Partly because I didn't know very many superheroes, but mostly because he could fly. I just thought that is like the most cool superpower ever, to be able to fly and stuff. But you know what? The older I get, the more I think I like the Blur's superpower, super speed. I mean, it's very practical if you think about it. First of all, yeah, you could do a lot of pranks, Jim Petrowski. Pull a lot of pranks. You could do that kind of thing. But you could also do a lot of things. Like, check this out. You could do your entire day's work and your chores at home in a minute, and have like the rest of the day to pursue other interests. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, whatever. You just fill in the blank, man. And you're off and you're good. So, super speed. That's the ticket. But as I was looking at these heroes up here, I thought the one that I think I identify with the most is the Bat. Yeah, and again, going back to my notes. Well, he's stubborn, he's independent, he's insecure, he's easily offended. My wife's going back there, yep, check, check, check. He's just so incredibly human. And not until the very end did he start really connecting the dots about where his true source of power is. He's just so human. And I think bottom line, the truth is this, that everybody in this room, whether we're ready to admit it or not, tonight we're in one of three positions. We're either in the Bat's position, where we're not quite there yet, haven't quite figured it out yet, that our true power comes from God's Son. We're in his position. Or maybe we're in Sir Sinister's position, the guy who understands that the true power comes from the sun, but he's rebelling against it. He says, I don't want any part of that. Or, and this is where we hope everybody is in the supers camp. They're plugged into the power of the sun, and they're doing everything they can with it. Now, like we said, they're not perfect, make mistakes, but they're headed in the right direction. And when I look at the supers that I'm surrounded with, I realize, and especially me, when I look in the mirror, we're not perfect, folks. But we're plugged in, and we're headed in the right direction. So where are you at tonight? Just asking the question before we close up. Where are you at? In which of those positions? The Bat, Sir Sinister, or the supers? We all hope you're in the supers camp. But if not, I'd like to invite you to come back and check us out anytime. You know, on one of our regular Sundays, 9:45 or 11 o'clock here at Waypoint, we'd be happy to share with you how you can get over there into the Supers camp and really start plugging into the sun's power. Before we close tonight, speaking of supers and the one true super, kids have one more song that they would like to share with us about where that true superpower comes from.
Get closer to the microphone. I'm not some super girl with flashy smile and perfect curls. I can't fly around the world at blazing speed with cape unfurled. I have a super God who knows me and what I'm not. Some super boy with arms of steel and flashy toys. I can't make a thunder noise or lift a bridge with perfect poise. I have a super God who knows me and what I'm not. 2, 3, 4.
I woke up this morning when I fell out of my bed. Turned on the TV, now that song's stuck in my head. Went down for breakfast and my oatmeal was cold. Down on my wardrobe, 'cause my look is just so old. I'm not some super girl with flashy smiles and perfect curls. I can't fly around the world at blazing speeds with cape unfurled. But I have a super God who knows me and what I'm not. Down my shoelace while I was running for the bus. Dropped all my homework in a puddle filled with nuts. So thankful God sees me at my worst and at my best. So thankful He knows me and helps me through each test. I'm not some super boy with flashy smile and perfect curls. I can't make a run the mud at blazing speed with cape unfurled. I have a super God who knows me and what I'm not. Some super boy with arms of steel and flashy toys. I can't make a thunder noise or lift a bridge with perfect poise. But I have a super God who knows me and what I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand for our featured dancers. Soloists. The Protection Force. .K School for the Extremely Ordinary. Our villains. The Storytellers. The Supers. Please give a big round of applause for our Joyful Noise Choir.
Much for coming out tonight. We're going to let our Joyful Noise Choir leave in just a second so that they can be out there as you head out and you can congratulate them and they can talk to you and meet you all. Before we do, we have one thing to do since this is the last night of our performance, and that is to honor our 5th graders. This is their last performance with us, so it's bittersweet. They're moving on to our youth group with Chris and Amy Horvath and Melanie Bigger and all the volunteers there. And there's great things for them, but it's no longer time for them to be a part of Joyful Noise. So if you are in 5th grade, could you step forward, please? Step forward, 5th graders, please. Do I have them all? Okay, let's give a big round of applause for our 5th graders. We have just a couple of quick thank yous to do real quick. Back at the back, which she can come get her flower later, is Michaela Marin, who did all of our special dances and helped with our choreography. Thank you, Michaela. We also had some sweet helpers that did a lot of extra things for us. Alicia Medema, are you in the room? Alicia, thank you very much for your help. Also wanted to say a special thank you to Kurt Clausen, who is running the sound and the lights back there. Thank you, Kurt Clausen. Also to the Traver family, who did many, many special things to help us, and technical things, and the special light show at the end was all their idea and they're doing. So thank you, Traver family and Todd Traver. And is Ray Roth here tonight? Okay, well, Ray Roth also did a lot of things to help us make Sir Sinister's lair look all creepy and stuff. So thank you to Ray Roth as well. Oh, and one last thing, I just wanted to say thanks to my husband, Kyle, who he would never tell you this. I put it on the program and everything, but he wrote this musical, and he directed a lot of the things that the kids did. So thank you very much, Kyle Gerald.
And the kids, and I know all of the parents of the kids, I might get emotional. Mine's a 5th grader. She just absolutely loves this. And these 3 ladies, on top of everything else that they do, put so much time and effort and love and heart and blood and sweat and tears and everything. So we just want to thank you guys so much from the bottom of our hearts for investing in our kids. So thank you.
Thanks again for coming. Have a great night.